Yeah, we're just a little. Like, we were in shape, but the sun was draining us a little bit. The offense kind of had a sluggish day, but overall it was all right.
You guys kind of tell yourself you need this though to be ready.
Oh yes, sir.
To kind of go through these days is a little fun as they are.
Yeah, it's gonna. The season's gonna have a bunch of obstacles that we had to prepare for, and he could be one of them. So today was definitely a day we needed to definitely feel before we get into game situation.
Hey, you had a big spring and a big finish last season. I mean, kind of what is your goal or what are your outlooks here as you go into camp this year?
Just to have the best camp I can have, and just hopefully start a couple games. That's the goal. That should be the goal for everybody. So my goal is definitely to start at some point this season.
Do you want to? I mean, do you want to win that job outright, or is it kind of known that's going to be a committee? I mean, how do you approach the running back battle at this point?
Definitely be the guy. However the coaches deem the guy to be, that's what I want to be. I want to be the featured back. But we do have a bunch of backs that no matter who starts, will play. So I'm trying to get the majority. I'm trying to be the number one back.
What part of your game do you feel like you had to improve on in order to be that guy?
Maybe being a little bit more decisive on my cuts and in this pass protection. That way, we're going to hit that really hard this upcoming couple weeks, and that's going to be some big things that I think I can. If I can improve on that, then I'll definitely have a better chance.
How were you in the pass protection game last year in your estimation?
I was probably giving myself like a C-ish. I could do a lot better, but I didn't do too terrible. So it's something to build on.
Was it? Because you got the size to do it. Was it picking up guys? Was that why you downgraded yourself?
The deciphering wasn't the problem. It was just the willingness to do it.
Okay.
I just had to get my mind right, and then once you make that decision, then blocking becomes a lot easier.
Understood.
What was maybe the biggest thing last year that they threw at you in the first month, where you're like, man, I didn't have to do that in high school, or this is all new to me. Even maybe into the season that you still had to adjust to it.
The different footworks on different runs. I didn't expect that because in high school we had one basic footwork for all of our runs. And maybe if it was a counter, it was a little bit different, but all of our zones had the same footwork. But here, inside zone, outside zone, different footworks, the pulls and all those different foots, you have to make sure, and even on the fakes, those match plays, so you have to match your fakes with your runs, and that was a little difficult at first.
That's very NFL related, I would think, and Reggie's background is that they tell you a lot about that, about NFL guys do this very technique-oriented or technique-driven. Did you guys talk about that a lot?
Yeah, so that's one thing that he definitely him coming from San Fran that he told us about is like the coaches are gonna ask you all your questions. They want you to know exact footworks, exact plays, and you got to know how to marry it with the runs. And it's just a higher level of thinking when you play football.
Hey, just having a full year in the strength program now compared to last year, I mean, where have you made the biggest gains physically here in Nebraska?
Oh yeah, my numbers on the lifts have gone up, and I've leaned out. Like yesterday after I ate dinner, I was 225, and that's like the lowest I've been since like senior year of high school. So I'm definitely leaning out. I'm feeling faster. I definitely feel faster, especially after this off season. That's one thing that I can tell I've improved on, stuff like that. And just got to get the muscles stronger so I can keep going for longer.
Coach Riley is talking about using backs in situations, being situational guys. What's your situation? I mean, when it's what particular situation are you in for? Would you say?
Probably just like the bigger situations, but I'm trying to be the every situation back.
Right.
So I don't. He hasn't really told us which is which. You can kind of guess. Like we have some guys that are quicker, like McKelly, good with the screens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm like a short yardage type thing. I don't know. I don't know. If you're gonna have to give me one, I'd have to give myself that one.
Short yardage.
How would you describe the competition just in general between three backs?
It's tough. Everybody's great. I feel like all the backs here could start at other schools right away if they had to. So just having that, those groups just makes everybody better.
For a freshman, is Trey Bryant showing much here the first week or so with you guys?
Yeah, he's picked it up a lot faster than I picked it up last season. Like this is day 5, and he seems pretty comfortable. It took me a little bit, but yeah, he's getting it. He's getting it real quick.
How's his demeanor for a freshman? Is he humble? Is he loud?
Like he's real he's real sit back and just take it in. Like he's definitely a learner. He takes advice very well, so I would tell him stuff and he'll go do it. He's coachable. Coach Davis will tell him something, he'll get it fixed. Yeah, he's coming along real well.